Okay, so all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Dharma Masters, and all good and wise friends online, good evening. Welcome to our Sutra lecture. So first we want to test out, is the sound okay? Last time people said that Jing Fosher's sound was too low. Jing Fosher 可以讲几句?
OK， 阿弥陀佛，怎么样？可以吗？对，也
Does Jing Fosher sound okay? Can everybody hear?
假
Okay.
如太小声，我们可以再调看看。
Okay. Sounds like yes, okay. Sounds like you're okay. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Today we're going to begin with our Dharma request. You'll find it in the chat box. Give me a second. Let me... you don't know, but behind this image of Master Hua, I have both Zoom and YouTube. So I need to make sure the sound is off here. High-tech monastery. Oh, right on time. Oh, hello? Hello, okay, we're ready for the Dharma request. Wait a second. How come the phone is not working? Here we go. Okay, so you're online, so you can put the incense in and circumambulate and do the Dharma request. So for those who are online, you can find it in the chat box. There's a Dharma request sheet. This begins on top saying Dharma request before a lecture. We'll do Chinese and English. So this is a time for us to request the presence of the Triple Jewel. Okay.
Gong Qing Da De Sang Ting Wei Ci Fa Hui Ji Yi Jie Zong Chen Qing Zuan Miao Fa Lun Jiao Dao Wo Men Ru He Liao Shen Tuo Si Li Ku De Le Su Zhen Wu Shen. Will the Sangha with great virtue, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss, and end birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth.
Please repeat after me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Namo sadanto suchedoye alahadi samyao sambuddhosye.
Namo satanto suchetoye alahati samyao sambuddhosye.
Okay, let's read the verse for opening the sutra together. Wu sang shen shen wei miao fa, bai qian wan jie nan zao yu, wo jing jian wen de shou zhi, yuan jie ru lai zhen shi yi. Supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, rarely is encountered, even in billions of eons. But now we see and hear it and accept it reverently. May we truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Dharma Masters, and all good and wise friends online, Amitofo, welcome to our evening sutra lecture on the Infinite Life Sutra. This sutra is known to be, you could say, the biography of Amitabha Buddha before he became Amitabha Buddha, when he was still a monk named Bhikshu Dharma Treasury. And today we will investigate the praises Bhikshu Dharma Treasury had for the Buddha of his eon. So it's a very meaningful text, especially for those of us who practice the Pure Land School. This is, you could say, the founding story, Amitabha Buddha's spiritual practice. But to begin, we first recite Amitabha Buddha's name, which I don't actually think is in our booklet, but I hope people know it. It's just simply Namo Amitofo. It means the Buddha of limitless light. So 我们先开始会念诵阿弥陀佛，就是意思就是无量光，它的就是觉者，是无量光的觉悟的佛。好。Namo Amitofo, Namo Amitofo, Namo Amitabha,
22已经讲过了，要讲26了。
So, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Dharma Masters, and good and wise friends online. Tonight we'll start the Sutra lecture. So, Jing Fo Shi. 请。
好，诸佛菩萨、仙公上人，在座的法师以及线上的佛友，大家晚安。今天是6月18号。
Today is June 18th. 金佛师，你还是不是很大声？你的开吗？
开了。
Can you turn up 金佛师 sound？ 你的不够大声吗？可以讲，看看你的。有开吗？
有，应该有，有开了。
有开 ，OK. Can you turn up 金佛师 sound? Higher. Turn up a little bit higher volume. Okay.
好。我们就是。
Okay. If people can, you can type in the chat box if it's loud enough.
可以吗
？Okay.
那个，以前我们讲过了，这个20组这个寄诵，就是法藏比丘他出家以前他的一个修行方向及目标，他讲了这个20个寄诵，那我们已经讲完了。那我们今天就继续再讲这个以后的这个发展。
So we're going to continue with our sutra text after the praises of Amitabha Buddha, our Bhikshu Dharma treasury to the Buddha of his time.
这个20组的寄诵啊，我们再稍微再提一下，就是说它的大意大概就是说第一个他先称赞佛，成佛这个功德是很大，所以这个佛的功德，然后还有神通无量，这样子他先来赞佛一下。
So in the beginning of the verses of praise, there's 20 verses, and just to go summarize them, Bhikshu Dharma Treasury starts with praising the Buddha's merit and virtue, as well as his spiritual powers.
然后他再继续发愿，就是说他就是等于他的一个修行，要达到能够成佛，然后他的这个佛土的国土，是第一奇妙的。
So he then made vows that he will realize Buddhahood, and his Pure Land will be, you could say, number one, the most wondrous, most wonderful, marvelous.
还有就是说要请诸佛，还有这个他的老师是自在王佛来做证明，他要去精进修行，不管是多困难、多痛苦，他都一定要完成这个他的志愿，就是要达到无上正解。
So then he requests the Buddha, king of self-mastery in the world, which you could say is a spiritual teacher, to listen to him. And this is a tricky word to translate. So if those online, you want to think about it, especially those who know Chinese and English, is 证明, which is to verify, to affirm, maybe to confirm. He wants to say, Buddha, here are my vows, and I really wish that you would basically say, yes, go ahead, do a good job, And he was going to say, I'm going to cultivate with great vigor, and no matter how difficult it is, how much suffering I have to endure, how much pain and sweat and blood, you could say, I'm going to succeed. I'm going to realize my vows. So that's the three parts: praising the Buddha, making vows, and then requesting the Buddha's, sometimes we word certification, verification, confirmation of his vows and his effort. It's like a promise he's making before the Buddha.
所以他这个就是一个他修行能够发心，就是讲起来他出发心，那这样子的话，这个是算发菩提心。好，我们这样子，他有发了菩提心以后，所以我们下面就继续再讲下面的经文。
So here we can see that this is Bhikkhu Dharma Treasury's inspiration to cultivate. You could say his Bodhi resolve. He's making the great determination to get awakened, fully awakened.
所以好，我们翻开在26页。
So now we'll continue after he praises the Buddha and with verses and makes his commitment. Now it's page 26, 27 in the Sutra text. You should find it in the chat box, or you can go to the web page.
好，在就是从第一行，我们先读这一段到拔诸生死勤苦之本。
So we read the first paragraph in page 26.
好，我们大家一起念。
So read it together so that we can save time.
好，佛告阿难，
没关系，我
有吗？
没关系，找你自己找，我等一下找到。
26跟27。
对，好像没看到。没关系，我等一下再找。我看你的好。太多指头了。You have too much sutra text. It seems to be missing my list. That's okay. 我看你的就好了。好。佛告阿难，法藏比丘说辞颂仪，而白佛言：唯然，世尊，我发无上正觉之心，愿佛为我广宣经法，我当修行，摄去佛国清净庄严，无量妙土。令我以是速成正觉，拔诸生死勤苦之本。
好，英文。
Now read the English together.
有。
The Buddha told Ananda, after saying these verses, Bhikshu Dharma Treasury said to the Buddha, King of self-mastery in the world, World-honored one, in this way I have made the resolve for unsurpassed right awakening. May the Buddha teach me the Dharma completely, so that I can practice adorning a Buddha land of countless wonders that includes the purity of other Buddha lands. Please teach me so that I can quickly realize right awakening in this world and pull out the roots of the pains and sufferings of birth and death.
好，所以这个从经文上，我们看这个文字上。因为他是释迦牟尼佛在跟大众来说阿弥陀经，所以这个当机众阿难他就告诉阿难，这个就跟他讲说，法藏比丘他刚刚他诵完了这个20偈的这个偈颂以后呢。他白佛言，就是来跟他的这个当时的这个世自在王佛来跟他禀报他的一个想法。
So here the Buddha told Venerable Ananda, this is Shakyamuni Buddha talking to his attendant, Venerable Ananda. This is you could say that there's a larger context for the sutra. Shakyamuni Buddha is telling the Venerable Ananda about Amitabha Buddha's past life as Bhikshu Dharma Treasury. So here the Bhikshu Dharma Treasury is speaking to the Buddha, King of self-mastery in the world, and you could say it's kind of sharing his resolve and getting confirmation about what he wishes to do. He's kind of reporting, like, I'm reporting to the Buddha what I wish to do.
所以他这个经文就讲着唯然世尊，我发无上正觉之心，愿佛为我广宣经法。这个唯然世尊，这个唯然也可以讲说当然这个世尊，这个世尊就是是自在王佛，然后我发无上正觉之心，这个是很重要的一个，因为他要修行，他出家，然后就是应该要发愿，所以这个就是发无上正觉之心，这个也是一个菩提心最重要的，一个菩提心。
So here in this dialogue, Bhikshu Dharma Treasury says he has made the resolve for unsurpassed right awakening. This is sometimes in Sanskrit Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. This is the Buddha's ultimate awakening. So he's basically saying, I resolve to become a Buddha. And then he requests the Buddha, King of Self-Mastery in the world, to teach him. And so making a resolve in our cultivation is extremely important, this kind of initial wish, initial aspiration.
因为他有发这个菩提心，然后他希望佛来给我来开示，来讲这个大法，这个大的经法，就是他想要的这个以后的一个佛果情况。
So he, after making his great resolve, he asked the Buddha to teach him the Dharma, to explain to him how can he adorn, also maybe establish a Pure Land of countless wonders. So this is his aspiration.
关于这个发无上正觉之心发菩提心，这个是非常重要的在《华严经》上面有讲，一个忘失菩提心、修诸善法的人，是名在修魔业。
So this Bodhi resolve is extremely important. There's a verse in the Avatamsaka Sutra saying, if a person cultivates but loses their Bodhi resolve, doesn't come from their Bodhi resolve, and as they cultivate, then they're developing, in the Chinese, literally demonic dharma, but you could demonic karma, meaning you're creating karma that's not leading you to Buddhahood, or it's kind of going off the path.
所以仙公上人他也指出这个魔业就是六欲诸天那个天魔的业，因为你的无明不断，淫欲心也没有断，修这样子的法都是在造天魔的业。
So Master Hua, in his commentary to this verse, says that's because you're cultivating the karma to go to the sixth desire heaven. This is where Mara resides, because you haven't let go of your ignorance yet, your attachment, your craving, and so you end up in this heaven that is, you can say maybe pleasant, but off. It's a kind of we use the word demonic sometimes, but I'm careful using the word in English because in the English sense of demonic, there's a kind of evil that is like forever evil, and that's not the case in Buddhism. Evil, you could say, in Buddhism is actually based in ignorance and craving and confusion. And so evil can transform to be good and then ultimately transform into liberation. Right? So there's a process. So when we say demonic, it doesn't mean like evil, I push it away, I get rid of it, in the sense of like, it's to say something that is deeply confused and knotted up that would need to be untied to get free. And so when this verse is saying, when we cultivate without the Bodhi resolve, then our karmic actions are based in this ignorance that just ties up us more and more, and we walk on paths of confusion that lead to more and more suffering.
所以他讲这个忘失菩提心啊，仙公上人讲啊，就是你的念不清净，你的念清净了，那才叫菩提心，也就是叫无上正觉之心。
So Master Hua makes it very clear what's the Bodhi resolve. He says, what's the means to forget your Bodhi resolve? That is because your thoughts, your intentions aren't pure. Because it's not pure, then it's you walk down a kind of a demonic path. And there's another important point in English, which is purity. You go, well, what's purity? Does it mean like you're a kind of a goody two-shoes? In my reflections from reading the Sutra text, purity often means freedom from the attachments of the self, freedom from the ways that we add more and more layers of confusion onto our process. And so a pure thought is one that is free of self, really for the benefit of all beings, as pure as possible without the self's filters getting in the way. So that's when we say the pure thoughts. Having more and more pure thoughts is more and more letting go of our attachments to ourself and seeing clearly.
所以仙公上人他还特别提到，你若不发菩提心愿力，那总是在魔窟里面转来转去，在洞里面来回的跑，所以都是在魔的这个手掌里面。
So Master Hua then makes it even more clear. He says, if you don't make the Bodhi resolve, then in your cultivation and in your life, you just end up spinning around in the demon's hole. It's a kun? That's a dong. His hole, the kind of like a cesspool maybe. This kind of really not pleasant place. You're just circling around in the demon's realm if you don't make the Bodhi resolve.
所以他就还特别在提说，菩提心你不可以等，不可以说我等再发菩提心，再立菩萨愿，这是不可以。你一定要当下就要发菩提心，行菩萨道，才能够脱离轮回，了生脱死。
So Master Hua makes it clear, don't wait. You cannot wait to make the Bodhi resolve. You can't say, I'll make that Bodhi resolve later. You have to do it right now, right here. You make the vow to cultivate the Bodhisattva path, to transcend the cycle of birth and death, and to rescue living beings. You need to make that your intention right now, this very moment.
在劝发菩提心文里面，在里面也有提到。也是仙公上人他解释这个劝发菩提心文，他讲啊，这个发无上正觉之心，就是刚才讲的正心嘛，正觉之心，就是不求名闻利养之心，同时也不贪欲乐的这个果报。所以他提出这两个，不贪
欲什么
名闻利养，
名闻利养对有那个，然后第三个
不贪欲乐果报，
有漏的果报，
好的就是快乐的果报，不贪欲这些果报。
So in the essay on the exhortation to make the Bodhi resolve, by Great Master Xing An, Master Hua also gives commentary on how to make this Bodhi resolve, how to make the resolve for Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, the unsurpassed right awakening of the Buddha. And so Master Hua says, we don't have any craving for wealth, for fame, for personal advantage. We don't crave any kind of pleasant result. It's not like we're wanting to be reborn in the heavens and we crave this kind of pleasant result. That's not our intention.
好，这个他仙公上人也有讲，就是说你做功德啊， 然后就是希望将来或者是来生这一生，希望说能够升官发财，将来能够当国王大官这个都或者是升到天上去，当天人这些都是在贪好的果报，这其实来就是不究竟，就是不是正觉之心。
So he says, okay, so if you do merit and virtue and you hope for some kind of reward in the future, you want to be an official in this life or in the next life. Maybe you want to be a king. Maybe you want to be really wealthy. Maybe you want to, be reborn in the heavens and have a really pleasant existence in your next life. So you're being greedy for all these rewards is another outflow, is actually not truly making the Bodhi resolve.
我们再举一下，我们仙公上人他在19岁的时候的一个他的发愿，也就是发18大愿。这个19岁就是算还非常年轻，应该是刚出家的，然后他也发了菩提心。
So let's take, for example, Master Hua. He made 18 vows when he was 19 years old. And so he was still young at this time, and he made 18 vows. You could see the spirit of the Bodhi resolve.
那时候仙公上人他是就是在跟母亲守这个佛墓那边守墓的期间然后就是带孝者，就是说他还没有结束，所以他在6月19号，是6月19号，明天，在6月19号当天呢，他就是在佛前发下的一个大愿，就是18大愿。
So when he was 19 years old, he was meditating by his mother's grave as a practice of filial respect. This is a traditional practice in Chinese culture where as a way to repay your parents' kindness for their care for you when you were young, you stay next to their grave in kind of this observance for many years. And so he stayed there for, I think, 3 years. And so during that time, on June 19th, which is actually tomorrow, today is June 18th, and he made actually 18 vows. In spirit, you could say, in front of the Buddhas, he made 18 vows.
好，他怎么发呢？我现在稍微，我们不讲这个18大愿，但是我们讲他这个发大愿的这个以前的，他说：即守十方佛，即以三藏法，过去现在贤圣真，唯愿垂作证。
So let's look at what Master Hua uses before he makes his vows. So he has like a preface before his vows. He says, so I deeply respect all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, as well as the Tripitaka, the 3 baskets of the Dharma, as well as all the sages and awakened beings of the past. 未愿虽随, I wish that you will confirm, kind of what Amitabha Buddha did as Bhikshu Dharma Treasurer. You will confirm or approve of, or kind of say yes, verify my vows.
Yeah, 所以这个跟我们经文上的这个华藏比丘一样也是希望说他的这个师父就是自在王来给他作证，这个所以他也是希望说这个佛菩萨贤圣真来跟他作证都我看都有类同的这个句子。然后他说弟子度人是安持 这个就是我们仙公上人的这个助人法师，还有释安此师，他当时的这个名字。我今发愿，不为自求人天福报，声闻缘觉，乃至前尘诸位菩萨，唯一最上层发菩提心。所以这个就是他仙公上人的发菩提心的这个18大愿的这个愿文以前。
So, Venerable Master here says, disciple Du Lun is, his name is Du Lun. Sometimes it's another name for Master Hua. Shi Anci, when he became a novice monk, he received the name Anci. So, Shi Anci. 我今他现在还是下面对不对？还是下面。我今发心 I now make a resolve. I now, make a vow. 不为自求人天福报 I do not seek, I do not crave the blessings of humans and gods. I do not seek the pleasures of being a human or a god or a deva. 声闻缘觉 I don't seek the comfort of the Shravakas or the voice hearers or the solitary sages, the Pracheka Buddhas, or even those of the provisional vehicle bodhisattvas, all those great bodhisattvas. I will only rely on the supreme vehicle and make the Bodhi resolve. That's what I will do.
所以这个仙公上人他发菩提心，然后这个他还讲说，能够愿以法界众生依时同得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提。就是说不只是自己来发这个菩提心来做佛事，他还希望所有的法界众生呢都能够一起来发菩提心，来一起来得这个三藐三菩提果。
就是跟大家一起，意思，一起。
So
Master Hua then finalizes his vow saying that he wishes that along with all other living beings throughout the Dharma realm, that together at the same time we will all realize Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So the unsurpassed right awakening with everyone. So this is Master Hua's preface to his 18 vows.
Yeah. 所以我们今天经文不讨论，所以18大愿不讨论，不是经文的18大愿。等以后，因为我们仙公上人很快就这个涅槃纪念日到来，所以我们万佛圣城还有各分支道场都会举行很多的这个来纪念这个仙公上人的这个法会。
So we won't discuss the 18 vows in detail today. We can just save that for a later date. But Master Hua's Nirvana Day is coming up soon, or the day he entered Nirvana. And the various monasteries, 10,000 Buddhas and the other branch monasteries will be commemorating Master Hua entering Nirvana. So you will find out more about that in the future.
好，我们再看下面的经文就是说这个你有吗？没有中文啊？
我有中文，对。OK， 感谢。
好，就是说要请他这个广宣经法，就是师自在王佛来给他说法，所以他就用这个他讲的这个法来修行，来摄取佛果清净庄严无量的妙土，这个是他所希望的。
So he requests the Dharma and wants to learn how to establish or adorn a pure land, a Buddha land with countless wonders. And so this is what he wishes to learn from the Buddha.
所以他是希望是在王来给他说明，然后他也是说这样子能够令我在这个很快的就能够成正解，能够成佛，然后来拔除所有的生死的一个苦难的这个，所以他是希望能够自己成佛，然后也能够拔除世间上的一些众生之苦的一个，像这个种种的痛苦。
So he resolves to, he requests the Dharma from the Buddha, king of self-master in the world, and also resolves to quickly realize Buddhahood and pull out the roots of pains and sufferings of birth and death to, you could say, get free of suffering. So his is his vow to become a Buddha.
所以这个他所要的能够庄严清净的无量的这个佛土这个我们在阿弥陀经里面我们都可以了解到，他最后他所成就的这个西方极乐国土，所以是非常殊胜。
So here we can see the wondrous land that Amitabha Buddha created. You can see it's actually, we see it in the Amitabha Sutra that we just recited today. There it describes the wonders, you could say some of these were adornments, this kind of beautiful environment that was created by Amitabha Buddha. And here you can see at the beginning, this is at the very beginning, before Amitabha Buddha created his Pure Land. He set his intention.
所以像他的在阿弥陀经里面也是讲佛告舍利佛极乐国土它就是有7种蓝神、7种罗网、7种行树，然后都是四宝所围绕，所以还有这个7宝池、8功德水，这个都是那时候的一个算他极乐国的一个境界。
So in the Amitabha Sutra, Shakyamuni Buddha tells Venerable Shariputra, or he describes the Pure Land, saying that there's 7 rows of these these trees that are adorned with jewels, covered with jewel nets, lining kind of these ponds or lakes of waters that have many 8 meritorious qualities. There's this kind of exquisite jewel-like treasures everywhere, and so it's a very wonderful land.
还有这个我们稍微再多讲一点这个阿弥陀经里面的，它这个有算四色的这个大莲花，青、黄、赤、白，然后6月还有昼夜60都有在做天夜，然后又有下这个曼陀罗花，所以这个都是非常美妙的。
So there's 4 different colors of lotus flowers in this pond. There's there's like a white color of white light, green color of green light, blue color of blue light, red color of red light. So these lotus flowers that come out of the pond. There's music constantly being played. They say 6 periods of time, which I think means there's always this divine celestial music. And then there's mandara flowers, these very rare, exquisite flowers that come down, rain down from the sky. And so this is a very, you could say, peaceful and I think the word's probably beautiful environment, a kind of wonderful environment.
还有这个昼夜60，你可以听到这个鸟的声音。这个鸟当然不是罪报所生的，它是阿弥陀佛他所变化的这个鸟声啊，都是在叫念佛、念法、念真。所以这样子叫出来，就是提醒那边的人啊，那边的往生的人都是非常可以有这个修行的这个环境。
So during the 6 periods of time, there's also birds singing. And these birds are not born because of, you could say, negative karma. They're not born because of negative karma. They're actually born by transformation. Amitabha Buddha actually transforms these birds as part of the Pure Land. And as they're singing their songs, what they sing is this kind of reminder to all the living beings there to be mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. So they remind us to cultivate.
所以这个大概开要的，我们就是这样子开要的来讲他这个清净庄严的这个妙土情况。
So we just give a brief description of the kind of wonderfulness of the Pure Land. So I think it's actually important. Jing Fosher is talking about how making the Bodhi resolve is extremely important in cultivation. And the reason is because our intention is like a seed. And then based on that intention is the fruit that we get. So here Amitabha Buddha, we get a chance to see him as a Bhikshu Dharma treasury, making his clear intentions to become a Buddha and to create this wonderful Pure Land. And so it just shows us the power of our intentionality, right? One way is to look at the Buddha and go, wow, that's amazing that he made that kind of vow. But as you could see, when Jing Fosher gave the commentary of Master Hua didn't say, okay, Amitabha made this vow. Okay, that's very nice. He says, no, all of us should make this kind of vow right here, right now. Don't wait. Don't leave it off for tomorrow. Don't leave it off for some special event. Right now is the time that we want to set our intention very purely for realizing Buddhahood. And we can create a Pure Land as well. This is actually kind of interesting, is you can actually create a land based on your vows, on how you want to have a place be able to support living beings. This is within the power of our minds, our potential. So we don't want to overlook that. And it's actually really important because that intention then informs all the actions, all the things we do throughout the day, as we cultivate, as we interact with other people, as we go about our day-to-day lives. If we really want to cultivate kind of making it a 24/7 project, then all of a sudden that Bodhi resolve isn't just a words we say, but it becomes the deeper motivation for all of our actions. When that happens, then bit by bit the Buddha Dharma kind of opens up, and we can kind of, you could say our heart expands, our mind expands, our relationships with other living beings expands, the way we see the world expands. It just grows bigger and bigger. So I just want to point out this making this Bodhi resolve is no small matter. It's extremely important. And rather than saying the benefit of it, I would say that the effects of it, one is that in the future we become a Buddha, but actually right here, right now, our mind our perspective to the world changes, and that's actually really important. 刚刚就是重视一下这个发菩提心的重要性。刚刚就是说，这不只是阿弥陀佛是发愿要成佛跟造一个净土，反而我们每个人呢都有这个能力可以成佛。然后上次不是说我们要等一等啊再发愿，就是现在马上发愿，就发菩提心修行。然后这个菩提心修行，发愿过后，我们修行就是每一个动作啊，我们开始做事情，就有这个菩提心的动力在后面，可以说支持我，主动我们来修行做事情，把我们的心打开，跟我们人的这个关系打开，让我们的眼光也打开，这样子我们每一天修行，每一天生活就非常有意义，非常有一个方向。So this really gives our life meaning and gives our life direction. Okay.
好，我们再看下面经文。好，下面经文26页。
We're on page 26, next line,
好，
next
就是
paragraph.
第二段，佛与阿难。好，我们一起念。
佛与阿难，是世自在王佛告法藏比丘，如所修行，庄严佛度，汝自当知。
所以这个就是佛告阿难这个
我念英文一下。
好。
Okay, so let's read the English together. The Buddha told Ananda, then the Buddha, king of self-mastery in the world, said to Bhikshu Dharma Treasury, you should already know how to practice in order to adorn a Buddha land.
好，这个就是是自在王佛来跟法藏比丘跟他讲的这个，如所修行庄严佛土，你当自知。就是说那你所修行的那一种庄严清净美妙的这个佛土啊，你自然可以知道的。因为为什么呢？因为就是说你看你发什么愿，就刚才他发的这个20句那个就是你所发的愿能够就是非常清净又庄严，然后你这样子的一个愿，然后你就会成这样子的果，这个是所当然的，所以你可以知道的，就是说你发什么愿得什么果，这个就是我们佛教的因果关系。
So the Bhikshu, the Buddha, king of self-master in the world, tells Bhikshu Dharma Treasury, you should already know how to practice in order to adorn a Buddha land. So in the previous verses of praise, Bhikshu Dharma Treasury makes his vows to create a pure and adorned land. And there's a clear principle in Buddhism that you set your intention, you plant the seed, then the result of that seed or the fruit of that seed will truly come. So there's a cause and effect.
好，这个我们再看继续经文下面。
So we'll continue to read the Sutra section.
好，比丘白佛，我们一起念好了，就我们把这个念到承满手愿。
Okay.
比
丘白佛，是亦弘身，非我境界，唯愿世尊广为复言。诸佛如来净土之恨，我闻此已，当如说修行，成满所愿。
所以这个
我讲英文。So we need to read the English.
Yeah.
Bhikshu Dharma Treasury responded, this teaching is vast and deep, beyond my realm of understanding. May the world-honored one explain in detail how all the Buddhas practiced in order to establish their Pure Lands. After hearing your instructions, I will put them into practice, fulfill my vows.
好，这个所以法藏比丘他就再继续跟释迦王佛来说请求什么呢？哦，这个是这个意义，这个亲近国土庄严的这个要来修行，这个意义是非常深远的，不是我的境界所能够了解的，所以希望世尊呢来给我指导，来给我说明，然后这个诸佛如来的这个净土之恨呐，因为你说了这个所有的佛他们的一个净土的这个恨怨以后我听了以后，我就会这样子依照这样他们的这个恨怨来修行，来完成我的所愿，所的发的愿。
So here, the Bhikshu Dharma Treasury is sharing how his own understanding is not sufficient, or he doesn't know the depth of the Dharma. And he's asking the Buddha, king of self-mastery in the world, to please explain to him how all those Buddhas in the past practiced in order to create their Pure Lands. And he was saying that if you can give me, kind of share with me their example, then I will apply it in my own life. I will practice it and then fulfill my vows. I mean, I think if you were to give an analogy that's maybe more commonplace for us, imagine if you needed to build a house or build a monastery or even a simple, structure, maybe like a shed in your backyard. For me, I for one am pretty clueless when it comes to like building stuff. So I would need to have, clear instructions from somebody who has done it before to say, please let me know, explain to me, like, how do I, what kind of wood should I get? What kind of paint should I use? What should I put in first? Do I need a foundation? Do I need to talk to the government to work out the building code? Step by step by step, please explain to me what is required to create, a house, a monastery, a shed. And so it's one thing to build a house. It's a whole other thing to build a Pure Land. And so just imagine the scope of it. It's not just talking about one little house. It's talking about an entire realm, right? So he's asking, please share me, how do you do that? So you imagine, it's not easy. It's a big project. 所以刚才说，我们就是举个例子，跟我们一般人可以可能感觉到，如果我们有个说，我想造一个，叫造吗？造一个家，是这样子说吗？造一个家，搭一个家，造一个家，盖一个家，建立一个家，这个房子，对不对？建立一个房子，或者建立一个道场，或者建立甚至一个小，在后院那个 shed， 就是个小 shed 是什么？小不是茅棚。
小屋子的。
小屋子。我是盖东西的，完全都不通的，要修理什么东西我不是很会的。所以如果我真的要做，我就要找一个好老师解释给我怎么做，一步一步怎么做，请告诉我别人是怎么来造他们的房子的，还建立他们的房子的。所以我想这个就是有点这样子一个精神在。但是这个法藏比丘呢，不只是造一个小房子，建立一个小房子，他是建立一个净土。一个净土呢是多么广大，对不对？不一个小房子，它是一个全部的一个世界，更大，这个三千大千世界。所以要造这样子的一个净土呢是不容易的，是他想从佛学习，我是怎么造这样子的一个净土。
所以像这样子的一个，其实法藏比丘他是
我会再讲，
谦虚。
会讲这个句。像净佛师，不知道大家知不知道，他以前是做那个 furniture 是什么？
furniture 家具。
家具。你知道净佛师要做家具呢，他怎么样吗？他是飞去很多不同的国家，对不对？是日本啊，是欧洲啊，很多地方去学习他们是怎么做家具的。为什么？因为他们要做一个很好的家具啊，他们要去研究很多别的地方的家具，这跟阿弥陀佛有一点相似。I just thought of something. Actually, Jing Fosher, in his lay life before he became a monk, was actually in the furniture business. He was actually part of, I think, Ashley Furniture. Actually, a pretty important person within the organization. And so, in order to make good furniture, they would actually fly all over the world, investigating how other people made furniture. They go to Japan, go to Korea, go to Europe, go to all of these different places in order to what? To understand how do these places make furniture so that we can make really good furniture. So it's a little bit like Amitabha Buddha, right? He wants to get his samples, know what has happened before, what were the successful stories before.
从这个经文里面，其实讲起来，法藏他是非常尊师重道的这个好榜样。他没有骄满的这个心，而且谦虚，非常谦虚。所以我们讲谦虚是一个美德的。
So you can see here, Bhikshu Dharma Treasury, he's looking for good role models. Asking about all the Buddhas of the past. He's not prideful. He's not just saying, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm just going to be kind of an independent innovator. I don't care what happened before. He's actually humble. He wants to learn from good role models in the past. And so there's a saying that humility is truly a wonderful virtue. 美德 beautiful virtue. 美丽的美丽的美 a beautiful virtue. There's a beauty in humility.
还有一个也是说一个出发心的，能够借重这个诸佛的这个修行的经验，这样子是一个可以很快的，他是讲说他很快能够修行成佛，所以这个是一个很重要的一个算他的一个想法，所以我们后来他就继续来修行，来坚定，最后他所以能够达到成立这个西方极乐世界。
So here he makes his resolve for Bodhi, and then wants to learn from the Buddha's experience, all the Buddhas in the past experience, so he can cultivate, with vigor and quickly realize Buddhahood. And so, just as an example, again, just to make it concrete for us, right? We in a way are doing what Amitabha Buddha as Bhikshu Dharma Treasury is doing, namely learning from Amitabha Buddha's example on how he created the Pure Land, so that we ourselves have a role model for our cultivation. 刚才说这个也是我们的一个怎么跟我们有关系是什么呢？我们是跟那个法藏比丘一样，法藏比丘是从以前的佛来学习他们怎么造他们净土的。我们现在怎么样呢？我们在学阿弥陀佛，他是怎么造他的净土的，所以我们就是在这样子跟着，从佛的这个榜样来看我们怎么可以修行。
Yeah. 所以其实讲起来，就是说我们学佛最重要，就是要能够虔诚的，然后要精进，这样子的话，就修的。所以香光上人讲，就是说你修到一段时间后，你可以有一些境界，所以就是说有一些感应，所以这个是我们要了解的。
So in our practice, in our cultivation, we need to be sincere and vigorous. Master Hua says that after we cultivate for a period of time, then we can have some, you could say, response. You could say we transform. It takes some time. It's not immediate, or something. You could say a wholesome result comes from our practice.
所以像参禅啊，或者念佛啊，你都诚心、非常认真，来用功修行，都可以得到有境界的。
So if you investigate Chan or you recite the Buddha's name, if you do it sincerely and vigorously, then there can be some response. You can, have some realizations in your practice.
因为在这个杂比喻经里面啊，有记载一个我分享一个就是有一个师父就是算他修行他有境界，他得到这个阿罗汉的这个境界，阿罗汉果。
So in a sutra called the Various Analogies Sutra, there is a monk who realized arhatship.
他这个是在印度雀离寺，雀就是麻雀的雀，雀离寺。他这个算和尚他是算比较年长的这个老僧人。然后他有一天呢，他在带了一个小沙弥，然后去城里面去算办事情也好，或者是顺便观光都可以。
So this monk was in India, and he is maybe more older. He was senior, kind of an older monk. And so one day he brought along a small novice monk to the city to take care of some business, maybe to do some sightseeing, just kind of see the city.
所以他们进城，他们出去的时候呢，他当然就有行李啊，就叫这个沙弥背行李啊，然后他就叫沙弥背行李，跟着后面再走。这个沙弥在路上走，看到世间真的是生老病死，是非常苦的。
So after they 从城里出来，对不对？
对。
So after they finished their business in the city, they came out. There was a lot of items, right? You could say a lot of luggage to carry out, and so the novice was the one carrying all these bags. And as he was carrying all these bags of things, he looked around and he was reflecting, wow, this world has a lot of suffering, old age, sickness, and death. Just this process of rebirth. It's a lot of suffering.
像那个农夫他们要耕田啊，还有商人要经营这个买货啊，这些。还有都是为了所以像一般的人都是为了这个食衣啊，是非常辛苦。然后每天的就这样子忙忙碌碌。
So he said, just reflecting, the farmer has to farm all day, plowing the fields. The merchant is, in the marketplace selling his stuff all the time. All these different people so busy, just kind of running around. Trying to just get by.
所以他当时他在后面，他心里面就起了这个一个想法，说人生世间啊，所以无不受苦，所以要免这个苦呢，就是要来要怎样子来修行呢？所以这个他有这样子的。想法就是要来修行。
So he thought to himself, wow, people really have to suffer. Living beings suffer a lot. And the way out of suffering is to cultivate.
然后他也继续在想说，佛啊常常来赞叹菩萨恨最殊胜的，就是说他也有在听讲嘛，就是佛非常称赞来修行菩萨道，所以那我现在我就要来发这个菩萨心。
So he also reflected, the Buddha often praised the Bodhisattva path as being the highest, and perhaps I should make the Bodhi resolve. I should make the resolve to walk this Bodhisattva path.
他当然这个菩萨心就是要来广度这些苦难的人，然后给他们离苦得乐。
So this heart is the heart of wishing to save all living beings, helping them leave suffering, and you could say truly become happy, find true happiness. Maybe find true happiness, I think probably the way to say it. Find true happiness.
所以这个罗汉呢，他就是他这个师父啊，他有他心通，他知道这个沙弥在发大心，他就非常欢喜，然后就令这个沙弥，你换你走前面，我自己背这个背包在后面。
So then this Shami made this resolve, made this, aspiration, to save all living beings. And this older monk was, in front, and he had the ability to know others' thoughts. I think that's called mental telepathy, right? Kind of like a mind reader. And so he saw that this young novice was making the Buddha resolve, and he was very happy. He rejoiced. And so he slowed down and let the novice monk walk in front and said, I'll carry the bags. You walk first.
然后他们再继续往前走，走了一段时间了以后呢，沙弥他又想到，这个修菩萨道啊，非常的辛苦的，而且要难行能行，难忍能忍。假如说碰到人家要我的头，你要给人家你的头，然后你要眼睛，人家眼睛，那你就要给人家眼睛。这个事情是非常难的，所以这个不是我的力量所能够做到的。
So then, they walked for a little while, the novice in front, and then the novice had a self-reflection. This bodhisattva path is not easy. You have to practice what is difficult to practice. You have to be able to be patient with what's really difficult to be patient with. You have to be able to give away everything. If somebody asks for my eye, I have to be willing to let go of my eye. I have to be able to give up everything. So this bodhisattva path is really not easy. This is really beyond my capacity. I don't think I can walk this bodhisattva path.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if somebody asks for my head, I've given my head. This is too much. I can't do it.
所以他就想，这个我真的是很难，所以我还是来修这个小乘的就可以了，来能够修到这个阿罗汉果就好了。所以就这样子一个修行方式。
So he thought to himself, you know what? I might just do a kind of path to arahantship, just to kind of get enlightened. I think that will be easier, to kind of to take the kind of I don't know how you want to translate. You can sometimes use xiaocen, but it's used in a kind of often negative way. But it's just to say it's a limited vehicle. It's a smaller vehicle, meaning it doesn't involve so much work. And so he said, maybe I just become an arahant. That'll be easier.
Yeah. 所以他这个阿罗汉这个师父他就知道说，他已经退了这个菩萨心，然后他就变成说，他命令这个沙弥来背背包，所以就跟着师父后面来走。
So then this older monk, who has the ability to read his mind, saw, this Shami, he already gave up his resolved to become a Buddha, to walk the Bodhisattva path. And so he told the monk, the novice, okay, here, you have to walk him back now and carry the bags.
所以这个师徒两个这样子，前前后后换来换去，换了3次，三进三退。所以这个，但是这个沙弥啊，他不懂这个是什么道理，所以他就请问这个他的师父。
So, on this journey back to the monastery, this happened 3 times, right? The little novice makes his resolve, and then the arhat master let him go in front, and then he'd give up his resolve, and then the master would walk in front again, and then give the novice the bags, and this happened back and forth 3 times. But the little novice didn't know what was going on, right? He's just thinking it to himself, and so he's like, asked his teacher, why did we change positions 3 times on the journey back?
所以这个他的师父就跟他讲说，你发这个菩提心的时候啊，这个功德是非常殊胜，这个3000大千世界，这个都会感到的，所以这个不可是非常殊胜、不可比喻的。
So his teacher, this older monk, replied, that's because sometimes you made the Bodhi resolve. You made the resolve to realize Buddhahood and walk the Bodhisattva path. This is something that is unsurpassed throughout, all the various worlds, throughout the universe, the billions and billions of worlds. This is truly marvelous and affects all beings.
所以你一发这个大菩萨心呢，那我是阿罗汉，所以他是讲自己我是阿罗汉而已，所以我不敢劳驾你背这个来背这个背包，所以就希望说你前面来走，我来背背包在后面。
So he says, you're truly, that merit and virtue is vast, expansive. And myself, I'm only an arhat. He's kind of pointing out, I'm an arhat, arhat, which is no small accomplishment, by the way. That's, pretty freedom from suffering, awakened out of suffering. It says, but as an arhat, my merit and virtue cannot compare to that. And so that's why I walk behind and I carry the bags.
他又说，你后来因为你退失这个菩萨心呢，所以你就又变成这个凡夫俗子。那我是阿罗汉，所以所以你要替我背这个背包，然后走在我后面。
So, however, when you let go, you retreated from your vows to become walk the Bodhisattva path, then you just are like an ordinary living being. And since I'm an arhat, then you should walk behind. What's appropriate then, as an ordinary being, you walk behind the arhat. So that's why I had you walk behind and carry the bags.
而且你有3次想发心，然后又3次退心，所以就这样子的三前三后，所以这个就是这样子一个道理。
So you made the resolve 3 times, and then you retreated 3 times. So that's why we switched places 3 times on the journey back.
所以这个沙弥听了以后，知道这个发菩提心是那么珍贵，所以后来他也就发了菩提心，然后也认真的修行。
So then the Shami realized, wow, this Bodhi resolve is really something. It's really amazing. It's really important. So then he made the Bodhi resolve and cultivated it accordingly.
所以这个也可以，就是说我们发什么心，心多大，然后你的福报就像这样子，背包啊，像这个走前面走后面啊，这个都有关系的。所以这个跟你发道心跟这个你得到的这个福德都是好坏都有差别的。
So but based on the vows that we make, the intentions that we set, we receive the corresponding blessings and kind of merit. Similarly, here you can see that this young Shami that could walk in front and not carry the bags. There's a kind of a correspondence. However, this is not to say that if you make the Bodhi resolve, you don't carry the bags and always walk in front. That's called pride. What we want to have instead is, if we make the Bodhi resolve, that we're willing to always walk behind and be of service. That's the Bodhi resolve. But here it's the deeper principle, which is the Arhat could see clearly kind of and didn't want to be inappropriate, because he could see that the merit from a living being cultivating on the Bodhisattva path far surpasses that of just cultivating for yourself. It's not to say that we say, oh, I make the Bodhi resolve, therefore I should get the first in everything. 所以要是要一个道理要蛮清楚的，就是说我们发菩提心，不是说我发菩提心我就可以就是每一个东西都是第一，我走在前面啊，别人要帮我做事情啊，这个不是菩萨心的精神。菩萨心的精神是什么呢？我们走在后面，我们愿意奉献自己，为着别人帮助别人，这是一个谦虚的修行的心，这是菩萨心。但是这个道理呢，在这个故事里面是说，这个阿罗汉他因为他有这个智慧，可以看到真正的情况，他知道有个人真正发菩提心的功德是无量无边的这么广大，比就是的阿罗汉国就是一个不能跟他比较，这个菩萨心真的是很难得的，非常宝贵的，所以这个就是这个道理。So yeah.
还有这个我们在华严经里面这个很重要的，像三彩童子53参，53参嘛哈，然后他这个他到每一个善知识的前面，他都表示我已经发菩提心，所以这个是一个给修行很重要的一个方向，一个目标，所以那他的人家才会接受来教导你。
So also in the Avatamsaka Sutra, the youth Sudana, also translated as good wealth, he went to visit his 53 spiritual teachers, his Kalyana Mitra, good and wise advisors. And when he met them, he put his palms together and he said, I've already made the Bodhi resolve. Please teach me how to walk the Bodhisattva path. Right, so he says, I've made the Bodhi resolve. And this gives him a direction. And then he's ready to be taught.
所以像这个三彩童子他的刚开始也是这个文殊师利菩萨来指引他，来教导他要发菩提心，然后最重要能够最终目的就是要成佛，这个是最重要的。
So for the youth Sudana, he in the beginning met Manjushri Bodhisattva, who taught him that he needs to make the Bodhi resolve and have the aspiration to realize Buddhahood. 有个问题，他说我身边的人都说人要自私一点才能活下去，请问法师一点都不自私的人可以活下去吗？
好像这个是有人不是有讲什么不天诛地灭，人不自私天诛地灭，像这个其实没有不对的啦。这个我想说，所谓我们讲自私跟自利，这个就是为自己嘛。其实讲起来，你为别人来做一些事情，其实就是为你自己做嘛。 这样子来另外一种想法的话，你就可以得到这个相同的道理，因为人都是一样的，你对人家好，那人家会对你好，这个是一个互等的这个，那你像我们修行人最重要，我们要发刚才讲的要发大心，这个是发利益人的心，这个是算善心，那你可以得到善报的，可以得到好的这个好的果的，所以这个是等于你没有病，你没有失去什么东西，而且你可以得到的。Yeah.
So, Jingfo, so the question is a good question, actually. It says, the people around me, they say that if you don't have any selfishness, then you really can't go on living. Please, Dharma Masters, if we don't have any selfishness, we don't think about ourselves, then how do we keep going on living in this world, right? So Jingfo says, well, really this kind of thinking is not quite correct, that we have to be selfish to survive. It's, we kind of always think of ourselves all the time. It's actually a pretty miserable existence. Here's one way if you want to turn that kind of thinking around. You can think about actually helping other people is actually helping ourselves, ultimately. If we treat other people well, then naturally other people will also treat us well. There's a kind of mutual response. There's a kind of natural relationship there. If we have this generous heart, then there's a kind of wholesome result, a kind of happiness. So we can see that, and so we don't, in reality, we don't actually lose anything by not being selfish. We actually gain a lot. And so I think there's a line from Nipun Metta, who is one of our Dharma community members, and he gives talks and really encouraging people to be generous. And he has kind of a line says, "Be selfish, be generous," just to kind of shift people's kind of thinking, to say actually if you really want to be quote unquote selfish, you want to be really generous. But actually, in what we were just talking about right now, about the Bodhi resolve, is even that sense of getting kind of benefit for ourselves, as Hua says, that's still an outflow. What we want to have as our, you could say, guiding star is Buddhahood, is full awakening and the freedom from suffering for all living beings. That's our direction. If we want to have the purest intention in our hearts. You could have other secondary intentions. I want to have good relationships around me, a peaceful environment, all these kind of things. And so there's ways to do that by being generous, by being kind, right? These wholesome dharmas. But if we just attach to those things, we crave those results, then our practice is limited. And it's limited by those attachments. But if we can look past that, say, really what I'm here trying to do is to realize Buddhahood, then whatever difficulties I meet, even if it's a difficult environment, I'm in a place where people don't like me, I can be patient because I'm trying to realize Buddhahood. I'm trying to help all living beings out of suffering. It's not about me. It's not just about having a nice pleasure kind of environment for myself. And you can actually see with that kind of attitude of mind, then one bit by bit can actually become kind of fearless. Whatever difficulty arises, we can meet it. We can actually learn from it. We can grow from it. We can still be of service in it. We look at the positive side of how to cultivate, how to continue on. And we see sometimes in these stories of great tragedies sometimes, during these wars in like World War II, the wars in Asia, and there's tremendous suffering we hear in these stories. But at the same time, there's sometimes these small heroic acts, these kind acts that happen within those contexts that you go, how did that person do that when they were facing so much difficulty? right? So much oppression, so much violence, and they could find in their hearts this kind of inner light to help living beings, help others still, and not get crushed. And you think, who would I rather be? That person who was kind and heroic and did, a selfless act, or those whose minds are constantly caught up in greed, hatred, and delusion, right? And for us on the Bodhisattva, if we want to cultivate the Bodhisattva path, then what we are trying to cultivate is that inner attitude to be constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly serving. 所以刚就是讲关于这个那个净佛师说的，我想是很重要，是说我们真的是没有失去了什么东西。如果说真的，我们用个自私的心，我们真的是大失去了一个生命。因为一个生命就是常常去追求自私的东西。说真的，真正会快乐吗？我想我们看人，在很自私的人，他们最后真的不是很快乐。他们可能生活可能很舒服啊，怎样怎样，他们的心不是非常满足，一直为自己想，旁边的人也可能不对他们非常高兴，对不对？但是如果我们可以不自私反而为别人想，然后真正的不执着这个好的果报，反而真正把成佛，帮助一切众生开悟离苦得乐当我们的方向。但一切我们碰到的问题，不管什么，碰到什么样的人啊，什么样的情况呢，我们的心就是说，我的方向就是要成佛。我可以从这个环境呢学习，学习怎么修菩萨道，做好人，往好的方向走。但是我们常常生活有个意义，常常有个方向，不管什么情况发生，可以说这样子的这个心呢，是真正是很可以说赞叹的，可以说是非常好的。还有问题吗？
这个有发 email 过来，一心致意，端身正念，独作诸善，不为众恶者，深读度他，贺其复得度世，上天泥反之道。这个最好是这个讲起来，我想跟发菩提心、菩提道是不太一样的。这个要发菩提心，就是不要为自己，要为众人。所以这个不为众恶者，其实你发菩提心的人，也是要救那些恶人，要救那些不好的众生的，都是要给他们度脱的。所以这个发菩提心是非常重要。跟讲起来，跟一些你只有到罗汉果为止的这个不太一样。
So here, somebody wrote in their chat box saying how if we can kind of train our minds and cultivate our body and minds, and really focus on doing good deeds and don't help those living beings who are, you could say evil or bad-natured.
不为了，不为他们
就是不帮助，对不对？
不去帮助。
Yeah, we don't really help those who are kind of evil. Then we can get enlightened ourselves and realize nirvana. And so, Jinpo was saying, well, if we're talking about the Bodhi resolve, that's not really the true spirit. It's not just about our own liberation. It's we want to help all living beings. 我看司法师也写一次，有一句也，他是说，我们 how do we know that the Pure Land is still waiting for us to cultivate and go there？ 他说我们怎么知道净土还在那边呢？我们修行还可以去那边呢？在等我们呢？怎么知道净土还在那边？
其实净土在自己心里面。
View Forger says, so I wrote, Reverend Heng Shui had a question. How do we know that the Pure Land is still waiting for us to cultivate and go there? Ying Forger had a pretty good response. He says, truly the Pure Land is in our own hearts.
没有这个我们自己的这个心，就没有净土。
If we didn't have our hearts, our minds, then there wouldn't be a Pure Land. 还有一个问题是说，我们当居士的时候怎么发菩提心？ How can we make the Bodhi resolve when we are still laymen?
OK， yeah， 其实菩提心，你可以去 study 这个劝发菩提心，这个沈渊大师的这个劝发菩提心文，你可以先去了解，这样怎么样子来发菩提心，这个是很容易就可以得到答案的。
So this question was, how do we make the Bodhi resolve as a layman? And Jing Fosher's response is, actually, if you really want to study this, pick up the book, an essay by Great Master Xing An called The Essay on Making the Bodhi Resolve. In that text, Great Master Xing An gives pretty detailed explanation on how we go about making our resolve. In fact, Reverend Heng Shi has a whole lecture series on that text that was recorded recently. So if you're seriously interested, you can put it in our contact form on the Berkeley Monastery website, and we can get you connected to see if you can access that lecture series.
好，这个刚才讲要怎样子即是发菩提心，我们马上会举行这个佛山有八关斋戒，那你就可以来参加八关斋戒，这个也是一个菩提心之中。
So for the lay person who's a layman wants to make the Bodhi resolve, we will have our Buddha recitation soon, and we will also transmit the 8 precepts. So you can come and recite the Buddha's name and take the 8 precepts. Taking the 8 precepts is one way to plant the seed for Bodhi, make your Bodhi resolve.
这个就是最简单的。当然，你参加学佛的这个修行，这个就是发菩提心的一种。然后你其实你像刚才我们仙公上人讲的，就是说你能够用善心，善良的心来做事情，那你就慢慢接触善知识，然后你就慢慢走上这个菩提道，这个是很重要的，就是说来接近善知识。
So you want to draw near the Buddha, you want to learn the Buddha's teachings and follow along accordingly, practice. You want to follow your good intentions, your good aspirations in heart. And then you find a good teacher and then walk on this path to awakening. So there's a process to this, bit by bit we cultivate this path to awakening.
所以接近善知识是最重要的。像53参善财，他就是那个文殊师利菩萨，就是说劝他去接近善知识，这个是一个最重要的。善知识在哪里？这个自己要去了解去找。
So finding a good and wise teacher is extremely important on the spiritual journey. And so how do you find this good and wise teacher? That's for you to go and find yourself. 好，回向吗？
可以啊，好，看有的话，当然你可以，我们下星期可以再继续讨论。
Yeah, so if you have more questions, you can save them, and we can continue to investigate them together next week. But I think our time is up, so we'll do our dedication of merit. 现在我们回向功德。
Okay.
你要先给 announcements 吗？ Maybe we can make some brief announcements. So we're going to discuss as a sangha about our Amitabha session, which is July 4th weekend. I think we'll probably have it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because people were saying the Friday is the day that people have off. So we will have something up on our website I think, in the near future for people to sign up. And those who participate can put up 2 paiways, 2 memorial plaques. And so we'll have all that information for people soon. And we'll also be on the first day of the session transmitting the 8 precepts. So you can keep a lookout for that. 所以我们就是7月4号、5号这个周末，我们会有一个念佛法会。我想你可能是7月3号，我们每天会3团一起讨论。星期5可能会开始，7月3、4、5，然后可能会第一天传八关斋戒。所以如果人想要参加，我们会在我们 Berkeley 教场的网站会有资料。另外呢，如果你参加，我们规定大家可以立2个牌位，不是太多，就是2个牌位。所以大家如果你参加，就欢迎报名，然后可以写牌位。好，还有没有别的？就这样子吧。好，这样子希望大家跟我们一起回向功德，然后一起在听经的这个所殊胜的功德。So we now can transfer the merit from learning the dharma together. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. 3 vows. Bow in respect to the Venerable Master. Okay, so that concludes our Sutra lecture. Wish everyone a good rest of the evening. 所以今天的讲经就到此为止，希望大家有一天的好好的修行。阿弥陀佛。